Nice.
Mad thing like that. Boom. So, yeah, let's just get it popping, man. I don't even actually know what this is called. This is a conversation with a man and my guest, but I'm here with Curtis, UVA, House of Art, flipping artist, painter. You know when you're in Dubai, like you're walking past the Burj Khalifa, you see like a big graffiti on the fucking top of the Burj Khalifa. Yeah, that's. I don't even. Am I allowed to say that?
I ain't done that yet. I ain't done that yet. Still, I ain't done that yet. It's a tricky one to do as well.
You know when you see the big artwork on the Eiffel Tower, yeah.
Yeah, another tricky one, but
Donny, bro.
Bro,
Have you seen the one that they put on the flat there?
Along the top, some homes thing. Yeah. I seen it a while back. Still, that's been there for a good minute.
No way.
Yeah,
I literally just clocked it the other day. I was thinking, how the hell did that man get up there? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, it's just a chat with a man, then, man. Like I actually wanted to just chat to you about like graffiti and just art and like just the way you kind of see the industry or like pretty much those, bro. And anything else you want to get off your chest.
Yeah,
like,
man, cool.
You know what I'm saying? So tell the people them about Curtis, man.
Yeah, man, I'm an artist. As you mentioned, I've been doing art in some form for the last like 20 years of my life. Well, since I was a kid, really. But then just continuing into adult life, turning it into a profession and a hobby and a business and all these other things in between, a way of reaching out to the world and giving it little improvements. You know what I mean? That's basically the core of it. You know what I'm saying?
What's your how did you go from, well, how did you start out, like talk me through that, like, from young, how did you get into it?
I think art overall, like didn't really acknowledge it at the time, but I come from a creative family. Like, I remember my mum used to sew in the attic where the sewing machine was, and then when she was sewing, I was always like drawing in my book or something on the floor. Like that was the setup, like my earliest memory of like art as a thing to be doing, like self-initiated. Do you know what I mean? Like as in terms of like, I'm gonna do this now because I want to just explore and find out what's popping. Like that's my earliest memory of that. Yeah. And then from there, you know, it's just the thing that I enjoyed most in like school, any like youth stuff, play stuff, church, anything that was creative. That was when I was like, yeah, this is a cool thing. And then through that, obviously youth clubs and play scheme and stuff that it was back in when I was young. You see like graffiti, and then that again, it adds a new thing because that's like, again, you don't think about it like this at that time, but you're like, oh, this is something that we can do. Like this is a form of art that actually is tangibly around us. And so, yeah, from then it just kind of appealed to me. And then by the time that I kind of felt like I came of age, then I just took to it. I mean, started experimenting with that.
Yeah, that's interesting, man, because I think like since I met you, I kind of looked at graffiti through a different lens, kind of more. I mean, to be honest with you, like graffiti for me was always like a very, well, I guess it is like counterculture, but not even in like a. I wasn't exposed to the side of it where it's like celebrated, even for being a counterculture. It was more just seen as like vandalism,
right,
and stuff like that. When I was younger, I never really used to see like some of the vibrant artworks that you show me. It was more just like tags and like even like gang stuff and this and that. You know what I'm saying? How did you so obviously you do a lot of graffiti. Like how did that kind of take hold in your life? Whereas like for someone like me, I was not necessarily against it, but I was it was like a bad thing to do for me, basically.
Okay, yeah. From the earliest times, well, obviously I've seen it in the street, and I remember also it was a thing that was naughty. Like, so I remember again one of my early memories looking out the window, like, "Oh, mum, what's that?" She's like, "Oh, don't worry about it. It's nothing. You get me? You don't need to worry about that type of thing." And that when you're a child, sometimes it's like, no, I'm actually gonna worry about it. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, well, it's interesting, and certain ones that I can just see clearly, bang, it just sparks something in it.
What do you mean?
The
That,
taboo,
when you
like
say you see clearly, what do you mean by that?
like the ones that I can remember. One, I think it said, I swear it said Zoom on top of this thing across the expressway. Zoom, like Zoom and Zoom, I think it said. That's again, like I just remember that from way back in it, and just thinking, that's somebody's done that. Somebody's done that on their own, like on their own volition. They thought, oh, I'm gonna do this now, and it's made that impact in the world. I just thought it was sick. Like, I don't know, like how to explain. It didn't matter if it was good or bad. I already had bare morals, everything, like good you. But this is like, I can see that it's art or something else, and also you bend the rules in it. And it's funny you said bare different mad things, and counterculture. Like I would say it's not counter and culture. No, it is culture. Number one, like, and then counterculture comes from a crazy place. When you look into it, it's still just part of the culture. Anyway, it's fine. So again, like I didn't really have that kind of art in and out underground. Of course, it's underground to an extent. Like it's more, I'd say, from the people. But everything is. You know what I'm saying? Everything is just that things get commandeered or whatnot. But even graffiti has got to that place. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like 60 years into the thing, like, or more. Of course, it's got to that place. Why would it not? You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
So you just said that, like you just said that me saying that graffiti is like a counterculture is a mad thing, yeah. What?
It's not, because it's part of that thing that is deemed counterculture and edgy and.
That's
but
how I
like,
saw it.
for me, because it's like, because it's everywhere, legitimately and illegitimately, and it has that place within our psyche, our collective psyche, within our lives, within the graphics, the way we visually communicate. Like a lot of graffiti is borrowed from the visual communication world, but in the visual communication world, which branches out into fashion and fine art and all of it, has borrowed massively from graffiti. Do you know what I mean? It's a symbiotic feeding of its parts. So when I say it's not counterculture, I get it. People still use it to look at edgy or to make it for youth things, or hip hop. I get all the connotations, but even again, hip hop is old stuff now. It is culture. Like it is. They're all professionals. Look at them. Like so. I see graffiti as that. It's part of urban culture. We've been doing it for a very long time, and what precedes it is just what we've been doing since day one. Like it's just a continuation of culture. Like the counter thing.
Yeah. Let's talk about
It's
that.
just a generational thing. It's just a way of like looking at it, because some people were on a different thing. The times change. When I see counterculture, it's like it's 60s, isn't it? That whole swinging, Woodstock, Isle of Wight, Jimi Hendrix, LSD, it's all that time. And they all got together and said, this is counterculture now. Like, it's just culture, it's just music. We already had music, we already had drugs.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Now they bring it back again.
Yeah.
Like, just because it went away for 20 years or something. And we've just been having different ones of those, time and time again. Some are of love.
So how do you see like culture, and then versus like a counterculture? What would you Because I actually like agree with what you're saying. I've like what I'm hearing is like obviously there's a standard, let's just call it standard, and then everything that's outside of that standard would be seen as counterculture.
Yeah.
But then over time it just becomes the culture. But then even some of what is the standard has been almost borrowed from the quote unquote counterculture and domesticated.
Yeah, of course.
That's what I'm hearing. But then over time, it's like the counterculture becomes.
It becomes part of the mainstream,
the
and
culture,
everything gets sucked into the. Like I think it's quite normal and natural, because by mainstream you just mean big, like widely accepted, like all the things, the greatest things in the world, religions and that. They started off as a small group of people. Everyone's onto them. Now it's everywhere. You got different versions. It's like the way we've written the laws to the country is derives from that. Like it's got to a serious place. Religion is mainstream. And now there's new religions that are not mainstream. And what do? We getting onto them like you lot are weird.
That's
But
an interesting point.
look how
Like,
many
I think
things.
about it
Oh
sometimes.
my God! Like I'm old now clearly because look how many things that I've seen. It's not really a thing, and now it's all over the place.
Bro, this guy used to kick ball with Jesus, bro. He used to kick ball with Jesus Christ. Bro, can I bust this Heine?
What you need to do, man? It's all good.
Yeah, bro. This guy, I remember that man had. I don't even know if I can even bust them kind of jokes, but flipping,
kick
I
ball
was gonna
with
say
Jesus.
Jesus caught a hat trick on man's team still, but
Jesus got a hat
I
trick.
should have just said it anyway. Like, I've said it.
Caught a hat trick on.
You know what I mean? I got the Bible there though, man. So like, you know what I mean? It's all blessed.
It's literally balancing on it.
Yeah, I swear that, bro. I swear that, bro. The Bible is literally holding up this production right now,
that
bro.
triple whammy, a bag of ad and the other
I got the
thing.
bag of I got the Quran,
Yeah,
got the Bible, like, you know what I'm saying? It's all holding up the production right now,
It's a
man.
holy production.
Holy production, for real. You know what I'm saying?
Divine.
You know what I'm saying? Let me even... So... Yeah, sorry, yeah, no, but you was actually riffing still. Was riffing on something. You said you saw bare stuff.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of things come and go, innit? And no, not come and go. Well, come and go, but also like be like, you know, fringe or small, underground, and then now they're accepted and they're wide and they're mainstream, and it's a good thing because look at what's happened to, you know, like things that I grew up as pirate radio.
Yeah.
That's one of the things. Graffiti again was already it's been in a big place for a very long time, to be fair. But then going from strength to strength again to what it's doing with the Banksy and the galleries, and now with the tech and the AI and all that. Why not? I don't know, because people. Do you know what it is? There's always going to be people doing the real thing. Do you know what I mean? There's always going to be. If you don't like what's going on MTV or whatever it is. Now, there's always going to be some backpack rappers that you can listen to that are smashing it. There's always going to be, again, that thing that you're going to call underground. It's never going to be not that. It's just that the thing that you've created might grow its own legs and go somewhere. Whether you want to be a part of that or not is your choice, really.
That's actually an interesting point. Like what? So let me just really say this, yeah, because as you're speaking, like, it made me think. It's like you and C that actually made me look at graffiti from like a completely different lens, yeah. Because I remember there was one time, and it's so interesting because it wasn't even anything. Because me and you have never like really spoken in depth about like the culture and this and that. Obviously, I know what you do. I see what you do, but it was just a simple word that you and man were saying, where you said, "I'm painting." You know what I mean? And when you said that, I'm thinking, man said he's painting. Like if someone said to me, "I'm painting," I'm thinking paintbrush on canvas or easel or paper or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So when you said, "Oh, I'm just painting," that made me think like, "Oh, right, like man is actually just painting. Like it's spray paint."
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why for me, it's like it was always like you know, like the anarchy symbol.
Right. Yeah,
It's always depicted in graffiti. You know what I'm saying? Like growing up in Thamesmead, like just tags everywhere, everyone's tags, and then I don't know if you remember V'ing out.
No, I wasn't around here them times.
Oh, okay. So V'ing out is basically you see someone's tag, you literally just draw a V on it.
Okay.
And
Oh yeah.
cross it
Oh
out.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's called V'ing out.
Yeah.
So stuff like that.
Okay.
The kind
Lining
of graffiti that I
people,
was
yeah.
exposed to was always in a negative.
Bravado-ish.
Not saying that anarchy is a negative thing, but it was always some kind of anti something else.
I get it, man. That's part of it.
You know what I mean?
That's because of what it is and where it comes. It comes from the world that is fringe. It comes from the world that's going to be disaffected, that has something to say, that wants to do. You get it, like, but even that ideology of being against the thing is mainstream now. So of course, and it's because of the power of people and moving their feet and making that difference, and the culture of these different things, not just graffiti, spreads. Yeah, there's bare negatives, man. Like, but again, that's because of just it's people. There's loads of people. It is a culture that's like it's got. I don't know. Okay. To do art already, you're gonna be a bit nuts.
Yeah.
To try and think, oh, I'm gonna make these pictures of things, or worse, make these things that are not pictures of things that we can directly say, oh, that's that thing, or even let's get a pile of rocks, get your kit off, periods, videos, all sorts. Like, we're already nuts to be doing art in the first place. Now, my art is my name in different colours. I'm gonna go and do it illegally in high places, and it's gonna be repeated. Like, that act is going to attract certain type of people, all walks of life, but I think there's a certain thread that people going to have, and unfortunately, or fortunately, because again, it's the people who are willing to go that extra level or extra mile in it. But yeah, there's going to be a few people that are willing to go the extra mile when it comes to the badder parts of life, drugs and violence, etc. So there's definitely going to be that, because you got to be a little bit unhinged, I suppose. And then that's, again, it links to the anti-establishment, non-mainstream thing. Like, those things is like birds of a feather in it. But again, it's, over time, it's bigger than that. I would say definitely bigger than that, man.
That's actually an interesting point, man, because I think it's like, if you kind of look at life, it's like everybody's on everything, like realistically, yeah. The man who is on 9 to 5 and he ain't got a voice at work and this and that, yeah. It's like if he could snap his fingers and become the CEO and become, now he's the bossy one, he would do that in a heartbeat, like if he could, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's kind of like, it's interesting because it sounds like what you're saying is that the mainstream is just the fringe that like was able to kind of cut through.
You kind of, but I think it's
what
also like.
But then also, sorry, I just want to finish this thought here. It's like it's able to cut through.
Yeah.
But in a way that, because let's say like graffiti became the mainstream, like the main form of art, yeah. That would happen because
it is.
No, I hear what you're saying, but I mean it in terms of just like, you know, let's say for me,
it's
like
the main one that you see every day, man. Like,
I hear what you're saying.
You getting to see, art or not? You saw Graff. If you live in the cities,
facts. I hear what you're saying. Yeah,
it is the main.
I hear exactly what you're saying. Yeah,
but
I'm just doing devil's advocate.
Yeah, I get
so
it.
Even like for me,
whether you like it or not.
Yeah, it's not even a thing about like or not like. Yeah, I would just say like in terms of like things going from fringe to mainstream.
Yeah,
I believe anything can. You know what I'm saying? So it's more so like for me, it took meeting you and see that.
Right, of course.
For me to see that.
Of course. Well, like, I would say I'm mainstream. I would say I'm mainstream though.
No, I hear that. But even like, so let's say someone like Banksy, yeah.
Okay.
I never saw that as graffiti. So it was only when you and them
a lot of people don't see it as graffiti.
So only when you and my man told me that, oh, he's actually a graffiti donny, yeah. I was like, nah, I wouldn't see that as.
But like,
even though he is doing,
he's a street artist. There's a split, innit? There's a split. They're obviously two things under a similar umbrella, but they're different. Street art and graffiti are two different things. This is a slight difference. Obviously, they overlap. But there's a difference to the culture and also the motivation and also the public reception of each thing.
Yeah, that's more so what I was getting at, is like it's the public perception.
Because the way street art is received is it's Banksy, it's Invader, it's Obey, it's all of that type of stuff. Do you know what else it is? It's Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck. Daffy Duck, Monopoly Man, things that we know and love, which is cool, but like it's more better received than somebody writing their name and putting style in it.
So that's what I was getting. That's what I was getting to. Yeah, is like the typical graffiti. Like if you ask like the typical person, to like close their eyes and imagine graffiti, yeah, I think most of them would imagine the same thing. Like you just said, it's someone's name on a wall in vibrant letters, yeah. So when we talk about things going from the fringe to the mainstream and cutting through, what I mean by that is like it's cut through, but it's cut through in a way that's socially acceptable, yeah. So it's like you might have somebody like Banksy, for example, like he made that whole thing like kind of socially acceptable, where it's like if you
Was it him or was it the apparatus and the
I'll
world
say for me,
and the culture around him?
I mean, I would say for
We all
me,
play
for
a
me
part in all
personally,
these things, you know, like.
no, I hear that, and obviously I would say, and actually, I actually want you to expand on that. Obviously, I'm a layman,
Sure.
outside of the scene, in it, yeah. So for me, it was like, Banksy, and it's like, I learned, he's a graffiti guy. But then I'm like, okay, but man's using stencil, and then I hear you say like, just call it painting,
Yeah.
and then now it's like all of the dots are connecting, and it's like, okay, so I could actually do graffiti. You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I mean? So that's what I mean when I say like for something to become. But let's say like for graffiti had to become mainstream for me personally to even take it in, because I wasn't going out of my way to learn about that culture. Does that make sense? So I'm saying that more for like the 99%. Yeah, it's like something has to like cut through in a way that is first socially acceptable. I need to Google what this term is called, yeah, but basically it's a concept that if you're introducing something new to the market, it has to have a familiar tone first, and then it's like 1% different. Yeah, okay, yeah, I can accept that 1% because I recognize the rest of it, yeah. So that's basically like what I'm kind of getting at, is like things going from fringe to mainstream, because bro, like I just said just now, bro, everyone's on everything, bro. I know that. Like the Donny, there's certain men who are straight edge, but it's like, bro, if they could get away with being plastered and still pay their bills and like live a comfortable life and nobody's gonna look at them crazy, they'll do it, bro.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? But there's certain men who just don't care. That, bro, I'm gonna get plastered, I'm living my life. You know what I'm saying? And obviously that's always gonna be fringe until maybe you've got a Donny who's like 99% fringe, yeah, but then he's got that 1% where maybe he's like, I'm a 9 to 5er though.
No, but I think, do you know what? Okay, so
then people can relate to the 9 to 5.
So that we're all at the mixing desk all the time. Yeah, we all are authentic selves, and you have to strive to be that and cultivate and look into what that is. Especially if you don't know, and make sure that's something that you don't compress. But at the same time, we're all at the mixing desk 24/7 of like, obviously, how to react, how to see the world, how to respond to things, it's diplomacy, innit? Not being at the mixing desk is like the super fringe. I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean? More about that. Like, so you're not there, you're not trying to control how...
the mixing desk is what balancing the
99% or the 1% of you, which is a holy person, a 9 to 5er, or a this and that, a family man, like raving lunatic. Like, everyone's at the mixing desk of those things, and obviously circumstances and environment and whatnot, relationships plays its part. But in general, we take control of that. I don't know, I think we all have different things. We all have our fingers in different pies. It's like you said, everyone's on everything.
Bro, I think everyone's like, on everything. So, and
bro. I think
unless you don't know about it, yeah.
No, but when I say everyone's on everything, I think in the best possible sense. Like, we live in a time, it's like a multitude of stuff. Like, there's a lot.
I think it's good.
Yeah, like there's a lot of things that's available. We can live different lives because we can have hobbies and work and this one and that one. Like nobody at the same, you know what I mean? Nobody has to be like stuck to one way of. I'm glad that people who are alternative and shit can go and have a normal job. Do you get it? Like that's all right. That means more people can have a job. Like that means then people are represented and whatnot. Like I'm glad that we can have. That's still not quite there though, to be fair, but that can move in that direction where it's like different people can be in different places. I think we're lucky to that extent in London, as much as it can get segged off sometimes. Like, we cross paths with all sorts, and we can work and collaborate and all that type of thing. It's better if things go in that direction. We don't like. I don't like having people have to. You have to be totally separate to survive. You have to be totally off key, off grid, everything. It's up to us whether we want to live in a place that's like that.
No,
Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I think there's a higher one where it's actually, no, let's sort this place out about fucking off somewhere. Where are you going? There's nowhere left to. There's nowhere left to fucking go.
What?
You need to crack on with this thing, bro. Like, tear it down, build it back up again. Whatever you got to do, but it's not gonna.
But
happen.
this is all we got.
It's not gonna happen in the fucking forest.
Yeah.
And if Dubai, you clearly not. Yeah, never mind.
Bro, dude, that's all mad. And then let's not even get into that, bro, about flipping. By the way, yeah, we can get into that briefly, but I thought Dubai was a safe haven, bro.
Fair play.
My sister's over there still.
Fair play. Nah, but I obviously big up to everyone that's there. Like, it sounds like a sick place if you're into it. However,
I think you'd love Dubai, bro.
of course, it's going back to the mixing desk.
Yeah, but I think you personally would actually love.
It's going back.
Dubai,
It's
bro.
going back to the mixing desk. It's the last on the fucking list. Business only.
Bro, that's why you gotta go Dubai.
That's not a holiday, cuz.
It's not a holiday. It's business.
This is separate then.
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say. Like,
So I love getting rich. I
yeah,
love having great
Dubai,
work to do.
you can
Like,
do
obviously.
holiday and business.
Yeah, that's not a holiday, fam. Like,
Nah, but you see what, I hear what you're saying. I do hear what you're saying. Yeah.
too hot.
The thing with Dubai,
Big fake beach built on slavery, man. Nah, let's do the soggy place built on slavery. I love it.
the soggy place built on savory. That's there.
That's where we are. That's where we are.
That's what I'm trying to say, bro. Everything's built on slavery. Yeah. Why would you not be in the fucking nice place, bro?
Just rapping, innit? I'm just rapping.
Nah, I hear. Cause, bro, see, I don't know, bro. Obviously, I know, like, I've known you for a minute, yeah. I know, like, your kind of, like, mindset, yeah. But, bro,
Sure.
I feel like you would actually... Have you been there before?
No.
So I feel like you go there, yeah. You go there cynical Curtis, yeah. But then I think give it like a week, because I think people over there would fuck with you, bro.
No, do you know what it
That's the
is?
thing. I feel like they would actually genuinely
That's
fuck with you.
different. I'm lit. I'm a sick person. I'm not saying that everyone in a place is a dickhead. Like, we can't get into that. That's how half the fuckery that's gone in right now is gone in, because you can get convinced that everyone in a certain place is a dickhead. Like, obviously, it's not that. I'm
point.
a very, very lit person. Like, you're gonna love me if I'm around, and as a result, I'm gonna have a good time. I'm not gonna go far and have a shit time.
That part.
Yeah, but at the same time, I can gauge if something culturally. There's like 3 places where it's like, no thanks. Yeah.
What's the other two?
They're Australia
Oh,
and Israel. And even, do you know, each one there's still part of me that's fast enough.
to pull up.
Do you know what I'm saying? There's still, because, like, again, like, so I love history, I love Middle Eastern stuff, I like wildlife. Do you get it? So all 3 can get hit up, but it's just that there's other places that I would prefer to be with those characteristics. Like, very different places, obviously, in the world. So
What do you think about, like, because I hear that I'm a kind of person that if I think that I don't want to do something, then I'll introspect and be like, okay, why don't I want to do that? And then if it's anything, I mean, to be honest with you, most of the things that I say I don't want to do, I always look at it and be like, okay, maybe you should do that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like like you've not wanted to do it up until this point, yeah. Maybe that's the not that I'm like arse out or anything, yeah, but like maybe that's the reason why certain things that you want in life haven't happened. Like maybe it is, maybe it isn't. You know what I'm saying? But what I know is that up until this point, I've not wanted to do those things. So I always consider, okay, well, maybe that is what I should do, because I've been doing what I want up until this point. So how do you feel about that, man?
that's okay. You're talking about getting out your comfort zone.
Yeah,
For me,
essentially.
I think it's important to do, which is why, again, I remain open-ish to those 3 places. But I know what resonates with me. You don't always 24/7 again at the mixing desk. You can't always 24/7 do maximum of what resonates with you. There's a little bit of using your resonance in a mad place. That's the best way I can describe it, I think. So yeah, the things that you don't want to do, test yourself. There's bare things I don't want to do, and I'll just take it on in this life, innit? But within reason, because it's like, you remember, this is your existence, your actual existence that you're talking about. That's the key, innit? Because yeah, it gets sticky then.
Interesting ones, man. I mean, yo, we can wrap it here still.
And wrap it.
We can wrap it and then restart.
Cool.
Just because I don't want the thing to be too long.
Right.
We can just say it's episode 2 or whatever.
Alright, cool. Sweet.
But yo, listen, man, that was fucking. Yeah, I'll end it abruptly, bro. I'm gonna do the fringe. I'm gonna do fringe. You know, I'm gonna do this. End recording.
Yeah.
End recording. Oh, stop recording.